Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Totally Unqualified podcast. Guys, we're inching closer to half a century. 50. We're getting closer. We're at what, 36, 37 now?
37.
Yeah. 37. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy that we're that far in at this point. But hey, listen, I'm back home. Luke, I know you're back home for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
How we doing, boys? How's it going?
Doing great. Just got back. My jersey, my HaHa Clint Dix jersey on my wall just crashed down and shattered everywhere, which was awesome. Great thing to come back home to. So yeah, I'm living the life. I'm excited to get into it with you guys. By the way, just want to mention, what Super Bowl are we on? Like 57, 50,
56,
56,
56.
Sure.
I think last year's was 55.
Do you think we're going to get to episode 56 around the same time the Super Bowl?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Could
That could line
I feel
up.
like the timing might line up.
That would be awesome if that could happen.
Right?
That'd be sweet.
Luke, before I go, you got to tell us. I mean, how was the game?
I went to a Bills Colts game. Let me get into it real quick. First off, great experience. Probably the best football experience I've ever had. I have not been to Lambeau Field yet. I know you have, Gage, but Buffalo is unlike any other. I parked like probably 2 blocks away from the stadium, tailgated with a bunch of people. Every Buffalo fan was awesome to me. Everybody was so nice. I was decked out in Packers gear, and I was also rooting for the Bills, but I was silently, secretly rooting for Jonathan Taylor the entire time as well.
Was it silent? Was it silent?
No, it wasn't silent. It was not silent when I was in the stadium. Definitely not. But yeah, it was a great experience. It rained, but it didn't even matter. One of my friends jumped through a table. It was awesome. I will say, as soon as I got to go up to scan my ticket, I reached my phone and my phone was disabled for 5 minutes. So I had to wait there looking like a complete idiot. Everybody's laughing around me.
Oh my God.
I held the whole thing up. It was the worst, but great experience overall. Buffalo was awesome. Terrible game though. Terrible game.
Yeah. I mean, you got to watch your guys show out at least.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
I can't really follow that up, but I'm doing pretty well also, same old stuff, working, living the dream. But I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Yeah. That's what we like to hear.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, I think we're ready to get right into this. So let's just start out with the guess that player. Going to be NFL, and it is going to be how we've been doing it a little bit lately. Just you guys ask me some questions. I don't think this one's too hard. This one isn't bad. I obviously, this gives you guys a chance to catch up to me. Gage has been slowly inching up there. He's been slowly, it's a slow but steady incline. Luke, Luke, when was the last time you won one?
Probably like a month ago now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
All right. So let's just get right into it. Fire away.
Luke, you can go ahead and start.
Is he currently playing?
He is currently playing.
Okay.
AFC or NFC?
NFC.
Currently NFC North.
Yes, NFC North.
The Vikings.
No.
Okay.
Is he on the defense?
He is not on the defense. Offensive player.
Tim Boyle.
Incorrect.
Damn it. I thought that was 1,000 IQ.
Damn. I'll just guess another team, I guess. Packers.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that team. Bears. Let's go with the Bears.
Not the Bears.
All right,
Not the
so
Bears.
The Lions, then.
It's the Lions.
Lions offensive player.
Is he his skill position?
Yes.
The hesitation.
I don't know if this is
what
considered a skill position. I think it is. Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson.
It is TJ Hawkinson.
Oh, for some reason I was
confused.
thinking fullback. I don't know why TJ Hawkinson didn't come to me right away.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tight end is tight end skill position. It is. Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Catching the
All right.
ball.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. I figured I'd do the Lions. Thanksgiving coming up. They always play on Thanksgiving. So I thought it was fitting. So yeah, TJ Hawkinson. That is correct. Gage is up to 6 points, people.
Good shit, Gage. Good shit.
Keep it
Damn.
moving.
I have
All
to say,
right.
it is
Momentum.
a national travesty that families get together on Thanksgiving every single time. And it's not even like it's the night game, right? Where everybody's like all stuffed and they're all like dispersing or whatever.
Yeah.
No, the first game you watch is the fucking Lions every year. every year without a shadow of a doubt. It's the first game. Way to start off your Thanksgiving. Start it off with a bang. Watch this Lions-Bears game. Ugh.
So you're telling me you're not excited for Jared Goff versus Andy Dalton?
Is it Jared Goff? It's not.
I think it'll be back. I think.
Let's not act like the Lions haven't had some like all-time performances on Thanksgiving. They used to have Barry Sanders. They had Megatron's 3-touchdown domination of the Eagles that one year.
Sure,
they
dominated
the Lions have put up some good entertainment some years.
Even though they've been bad for a long time, like if the Lions didn't play on Thanksgiving, it wouldn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Them and the Cowboys.
I feel like the Cowboys, you can. How did the tradition even start with these two teams?
So basically, the NFL wanted to play on Thanksgiving, and Jerry Jones was going to jump at that opportunity. Yeah. So he was obviously in. And what other team that really doesn't get a lot of publicity, wasn't doing much, would be every other team didn't want to do it. But the Cowboys reached out because of Jerry Jones, and the Lions were like, all right, we'll do it. We got nothing else going for us, basically. That's I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what they said. Yeah. And it's been a tradition ever since.
It's like, look at it like the Jaguars going to London.
Exactly.
Like, playing on Thanksgiving is the Lions London.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly how it went.
Their Super Bowl, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. They don't really have much to play for other than that. But anyway, guys, before we get to it, just want to remind you, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or even YouTube, be sure to rate and review us. We appreciate it dearly. If you are listening on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, leave us a comment down below, drop a like on the video, turn your post noties on. That way you can tell when we post. We are finally caught up on all of our YouTube videos. We can all give a round of applause to Gage for that.
Let's go, Gage!
Thank you, Gage. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, of course.
Yes. We are going to be more on top of that. We're in the process of looking for a video editor if that ever happens, but we're going to try and be better. We will be better going forward. All right. That is a promise we are making to the TU crew. All right. Now, without further ado, let's get into our first topic. Our week 11 takeaways. There was a lot that happened this week, a lot to digest. I can just pretty much assume what one of Luke's is going to be. So therefore, I'm going to start with Gage. Gage, let's go with you to start off.
Awesome. Love it. My first takeaway from this week, the Eagles have legitimate playoff aspirations. Jalen Hurts has been playing fairly well over the past few weeks. Well, he's been playing really well over the last few weeks. I mean, let's not dumb it down or anything. Let's give the guys props. He's been using his legs a lot more. Nick Sirianni is starting to kind of get in this groove. They're starting to find their identity in the run game, even incorporating Jalen Hurts into that. And it's working for them. And not to mention only that they've been playing well against pretty solid teams for the most part. They have the Giants, Jets, Washington football team, and they cap it off with the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to be tough, but the rest of that schedule, for the most part, I mean, it's fairly easy. Those are definitely winnable games. They face the Giants and Washington both twice, so they could, put themselves right in the conversation to be in the playoffs.
Not going to lie, that was also my first takeaway. I guess I have to come up with another one, but that's a great take. I really do think I've been saying this whole season, the Eagles are awkwardly like fun team to watch. Like they're putting up 40. They have a top 10 offense. Like, dare I say it? I mean, they're definitely close. They're very dynamic and just different team than anything that we've seen with the way that they're using Jalen Hurts and the way that they're not using their running backs. I didn't think Nick Sirianni could do it, but now that the season is shaping out like this, and now that they have an easy stretch towards the playoffs, and there's, the Saints are the 7th seed at 5-5, and they're right behind at 5-6, right? And they just got the tiebreaker. I could easily see the Eagles making the playoffs, and that's not something I ever thought I'd be saying, honestly, for like the next couple of years. I mean, I didn't think Jalen Hurts was going to do this good within this Nick Sirianni scheme. All right. I guess I got to come up with another one. Fuck it. Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in the league. Okay.
Didn't see that one coming.
Jonathan Taylor without Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league. I mean, his performance, I got to watch it live. It was nothing short of just spectacular. He's been on a ridiculous pace, a ridiculous yardage pace. I think he has I want to say 7-8 straight 100-yard games. Eight. And and all of those have a touchdown. And then he comes out with a 5-touchdown game. I mean, looking like Alvin Kamara on Christmas. I mean, he was absolutely insane. With Derrick Henry gone, I don't think I think Jonathan Taylor is the next best guy. I know people are going to say Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey has been dealing with injuries the past couple of years, and really the Panthers aren't really doing much right now. I think the Colts are going on a run towards the end of the season. I think combine Jonathan Taylor and just the power that he has as a small back under 6 foot, the speed that he has. He's a former track star, and pair him with that tremendous offensive line, probably if not the best in the league. I mean, only great things were going to happen. You had to imagine. And the fact that like Marlon Mack doesn't even get playing time, it just goes to show how ridiculous Jonathan Taylor is, above and beyond anything I think anybody could have expected this year. But listen, with Derrick Henry out, there's not a doubt in my mind he is the best running back in the league. And he's showing it every single game.
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up.
I wasn't going to. That was on Gage. I mean, we should have checked.
No, but it's fair. It's fair. It's a fair point. Jonathan Taylor is definitely a top 3 running back right now. And I think by the end of the season, he'll definitely instill himself in those top 5 rankings for pretty much anybody that's ranking running backs. Mm-hmm. So for my first takeaway, listen, we've had questions about this guy. He's not looked the best, but I think Taylor Heinecke has potential to be a starting quarterback in this league. Like he came in and we were like, all right, this guy's a backup. You know, he shocked us with that close playoff game against the Bucs. And you know, he's had his ups and downs. We're like, all right, this guy's good. He's all right, but he's going to be a backup. He's been playing great the last 2 games. I mean, he went out there and beat the Bucs. Now he goes out there and beats a very, very good Panthers defense and plays great in both of those games. Listen, Taylor Heinecke, I mean, this guy's coming out of Old Dominion. Nobody knew about him. He bounced around from team to team. Listen, I'm not saying he's going to be a great starter in this league, but he's shown that he's getting better. And he kind of does have the tools to maybe instill himself as a quarterback that can start for some team for a couple of years. So listen, I'm on the Heinecke train, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
I can't argue with that, honestly. I think that he's been playing extremely well. I think obviously he's had his ups and downs and stuff. We've watched him have some not so great games, but I do genuinely think there's been more highs than lows as far as this season goes. And really, I mean, if you think about it, if this Washington defense was anywhere close to as good as everybody was expecting it to be, this team is like deadly. They're contenders right now, I think, even with Taylor Heinecke at the helm. So I don't hate that.
Yeah, and I think with the I'd say lackluster quarterback class coming out, I think the Washington football team is in a good position where they can move on with Taylor Heinecke moving forward. And like you said, they have a good team around him. I mean, Terry McLaurin's just having a ridiculous season. Antonio Gibson, JD McKissick is a 1-2 punch, and they have a good offensive line. It's really just they need to put a secondary together. Maybe give Landon Collins the old boot. Their defense has been the letdown of this team, but Taylor Heinecke certainly has not been.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure. As far as my next take goes, another quarterback. We've talked about him several times now. The Baker Mayfield experiment is over. I love the guy. I've wanted him to be good. I've said that several times. I really like him as a person. So I wanted him to be a good quarterback, especially for the Browns, who have been yearning for a quarterback for so long now. I think Baker Mayfield's got to go. How do you have, an 8 QBR against the Lions? And I know that he's playing through injuries and stuff like that, and I give him some credit for that. But it's like, at what point do you just not play through the injuries if you're going to play this piss poor? Let Case Keenum play if that's really what's hindering you this much. But I don't think that's the case. I think even when healthy, Baker Mayfield is struggling with a fairly talented team around him. He might not have this insane wide receiver core. He might not have this guy that's a superstar or anything. I mean, he did have a guy who we considered pretty talented who, waltzed his way out of there because it wasn't working out. But you've got guys like DPJ who are coming up. He's got a great connection with Rashard Higgins, and he still just can't make it happen. The only thing that is making that Browns offense go right now is Nick Chubb.
Yep.
I think Baker Mayfield's got to go. I think that the Browns haven't had their guy for a long time. They thought they had him. It's not the case.
I think Baker's in a weird spot because he has the superstar personality. He has superstar written on him, I believe. I still think he has a lot of potential, but they're a run-first team, and they are so clearly a run-first team. And I feel like Baker sort of takes away from that a little bit. Even though Nick Chubb does get his numbers, I think Baker Mayfield, especially now that he's injured, puts the team at harm, or puts the teams in harm's way with 2 interceptions, him being banged up. It's not like Case Keenum is some scrub either. Like Case Keenum led a team to an NFC championship game. As Gage, very well. But I didn't mean, listen, I feel like I can come at people for the NFC championship game stuff, because Packers aren't winning one anytime soon. So, yeah, I think I'm not going to say the Baker Mayfield experiment is over. He still has his 5th year option, I believe. What is this year? It's year 4 for him, right?
Year 4.
So they're going to have another year. I think next year is probably the make or break. The Browns have been dealing with a lot of injuries, a lot of internal, locker room stuff. I don't know. You're right though. We can't keep on waiting. It's like that. It has to happen now. You have the team around you. So
there just hasn't been any improvement.
Yeah. I'll ask this question to you guys. Do you think the fact that this is a run first team is hurting him? Because I think it's pretty plausible to think that, quarterbacks, it's hard for quarterbacks to hand off the ball so much, and then, hand it off 3 times, then be asked to throw, hand it off 3 times, then be asked to throw. Like, it's hard to get into that flow of throwing if you're just handing the ball off so much. Do you guys think that's at all, on top of the injuries and stuff like that, do you guys think that at all is anything to say? Because I believe Baker has so much talent, man. He has so much talent. His most talked about attribute coming out of college was how accurate he was. He was crazy accurate. I think he had one of the highest accuracy percentages ever coming out of college football. And that translates to the NFL usually. And he's just not been accurate with the ball. And he's got a hell of an arm. He's got a little bit of a cannon on him. And he just has all of these traits on top of that superstar personality that you were saying, Luke. I just feel like it's so weird, because we've seen his success. Like, we've seen him have success in the NFL. We know he can work out. We know he could be a good starting quarterback in the NFL. We've seen it with our own 2 eyes. His rookie year and the second half of last season, he was lights out. Well, I just don't understand why it's so inconsistent. But do you guys think that could have something to do with it?
I think that the situation, yes, as far as his development, because he is a young quarterback, could somewhat be hindered with them being a run first team with a guy like Nick Chubb in the backfield, who obviously you're going to hand it off to. But at the same time, I feel like that should help him. It should make his job significantly easier. You look at a guy like Ryan Tannehill, who struggled in Miami. He goes to Tennessee, where he's got this top tier running back in Derrick Henry, and he starts to look a lot better. Derrick Henry's not on the field. Now he's throwing 4 interceptions against the Texans. And then, we see the same thing, even with Jalen Hurts this season. We see him struggle early in the year when they can't get the run game going. They start to get the run game going, and all of a sudden Jalen Hurts is looking a lot better, even passing. So I want to cut him some slack. I really want to, but I'm just at the point now that I don't know that I can anymore.
Yeah. I think injuries probably have a lot to do with it. Yeah. And I really don't see a scenario in which Browns just cut ties with him, because of the history of just them going quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. You can't let a guy like this slip away. And do I think Baker Mayfield is good enough to win a Super Bowl right now? I do not. But can he get to that point? We saw what he did in his rookie year. We saw what he did in Pittsburgh last year in a playoff game. We saw what he really did in Kansas City too. I think he could get them there. I just don't know if this is the year. I think there were a lot of outside factors, injuries, OBJ, just the locker room not being together. It's hard. It's hard to say. It's hard to really pinpoint what the problem is.
What the one name I do want to bring up before we get back to is a quarterback that went through a ton of struggles and eventually became a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm talking about Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw, his first 5 seasons, you look at his stats, you're like, how the fuck was this guy not cut? I'm gonna read you his stats right now. His first season as a rookie, 38% completion percentage, 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, 24 interceptions.
You say 38?
38% completion percentage.
What?
That's his rookie season. Terry Bradshaw, six touchdowns, 24 interceptions. Okay.
I feel like most of Terry Bradshaw's seasons are like the stats aren't pretty.
They get better.
They get better.
They get better in Super Bowl years. Yeah. So then we go. His second year, 2,200 yards, 54% completion percentage. So it's better. And you got 13 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. All right. We're getting a little more, 47% completion percentage in his third year. 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 49% completion. Basically, once you get to the Super Bowl years, after 5 years, he finally settles down. 57% completion percentage, 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. And his stats look a lot better after that once they get into the steel curtain years. So, like, there is a historical example of somebody who struggled a lot to start his career.
But you notice how you said once you get into the steel curtain years.
Yeah.
If this defense played up to par for that, sure, Baker Mayfield could absolutely be the guy. But if you're going to have to put the ball in his hands and want him to win the game, I mean, it's just fair. That's fair point. It's not that I'm just hating on him, but God, I know
you
don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
I don't hate that Terry Bradshaw comparison because they have similar personalities too.
They do. And both gunslingers, both.
I think Baker Mayfield is a great locker room guy. I do.
Really
and that's part of the reason that I love him so much, because I think that he could be that great leader. It's just that I don't know. The development's just not there right now.
Yeah. I think it's just, he has one of those personalities where if he's succeeding, you're going to rally behind him because he is a hell of a leader. But if he's not succeeding, then that's when the locker room kind of he's got one of those personalities that's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking? Like, stop it. Stop with these antics. You're literally not doing well. Like, like the State Farm commercials? If I was State Farm, I'd start holding back a little bit on those because that is the first thing people run to when he starts not succeeding. It's like, well, he's got 7 State Farm commercials on my TV every commercial break. Why the hell does he have that? But he can't throw a touchdown in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It's like State Farm's not helping him out that much with that situation. But yeah,
someone needs to get him the Rodgers rate.
Oh
At the same time, though, if he doesn't start developing anytime soon, they might be the only source of this right here. We'll catch a lot.
Oh, Baker Mayfield's got a big enough person. He'll find something.
I think so.
He'll find something.
I think so. Do you guys roll? Let me say something. Let me just throw this out there. New York Giants, Baker Mayfield. New York media market, Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I think that could be pretty fun.
Are we talking just Mayfield to the Giants, or are we
Mayfield
talking
to the Giants? No, not a swap. No, okay. I mean, I guess it could end up being a swap, kind of like a Nick Foles, Sam Bradford situation. But like,
listen, no, though, I don't think that would be good for him, because they look like they're heading toward this situation where they're going to be completely washing their staff and getting all new staff, and like that could be good, but I don't know if you want to take the gamble.
Lower expectations.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather see him go somewhere where they're more established, and I feel like he could actually end up with a coach that's going to develop him well.
Listen, if he doesn't play well next year, they're going to have a Baker Mayfield sweepstakes in 2023 because Browns are not going to give him that big money.
Yeah, and I would. Baker Mayfield has those attributes. We've all seen his talent. We've all seen it. Like, he's definitely got the talent to be a very good quarterback in this league. If he falls with the right coach, which we all thought Kevin Stefanski was, and I don't think any of this is Kevin Stefanski's fault. I think it's been like a bunch of injuries, just the short end of the stick constantly from week to week. But if he falls with the right coach, watch out, because Baker can go on a tear there, and I would actually love to see that. I want to see this man succeed in the NFL.
I think Baker's good for the league.
I think he is.
Yeah, I agree with that. Last thing, if Jared Goff's playing in this game, do the Lions win?
Nope.
Tim Boyle, he had a lower QBR than Baker did.
He did. Nope. Baker had an 8 and Tim Boyle had a 6.
I cannot put my faith legally.
Yeah, no, I can't say Jared Goff does better either. I can't say Jared Goff does better either.
I don't know. I think that they win. I think the Lions get their first win of the season against the Browns if Jared Goff is healthy.
That would be fitting. That'd be fitting. All right. On to my second takeaway. Boys, the Chiefs are a couple weeks away from being the number 1 seed in the AFC once again. the top dogs. I thought, listen, they definitely underperformed the first half of the season, really up until recently. Patrick Mahomes having the worst year of his career. A lot of people on that team are having the worst years of their career, but they got it going together. And I said that towards like the end of November, towards December, once we get towards playoff time, they were going to flip the switch and turn it on. And that's exactly what they're doing. And it's not even like their offense has been crazy. I mean, yeah, last week they scored 41 against the Raiders and beat them, but their defense the last 4 weeks has held teams under 20 all 4 times, held the Giants to 17, the Packers to 7, Raiders to 14, and now the Cowboys prolific offense to 9. And I know the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb got hurt and Amari Cooper was out with COVID, but still that is just a great performance overall. This Chiefs team is going to be scary. I don't want to hear it. I mean, they've been to 3 straight AFC championships now, probably should have been to 3 straight Super Bowls. Had Frank Clark not went off sides there. But man, this Chiefs team is going to be scary, especially if their defense starts to turn up. You know what their offense can do, right? You know that they could light up the scoreboard at any point. Tyreek Hill is a touchdown at any point in the game. Travis Kelce, the same thing. All right. But now that they're starting to put it together and it's not all just on Patrick Mahomes, their defense is starting to get good. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire comes back. And now all of these pieces are starting to mesh again. This team is probably just as good as ever. And especially if they're tied for the 1 seed, right? Or I think they're a 4 seed right now, but I think they're 1 game out pretty much with the Titans loss.
They were 6-4. They beat the Cowboys, so they're 7-4 now. The Titans just lost. Yeah, I think they're only a game out.
Titans lost. Bills lost. Patriots are sneaking up. They lead the AFC East now. Yeah, Chiefs are back on top. It's not going to surprise me one bit when, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when they get the number 1 seed, and everybody's just mad again because it's a new Patriots dynasty. So,
yeah. I mean, I never counted out the Chiefs. I mean, it's the Chiefs. What do you like? Stop it. Yeah. Like, stop it. It's the Chiefs. Like, come on, it's Patrick Mahomes. Too many people were like, oh, Patrick Mahomes sucks now. His MVP, Super Bowl MVP, 50 touchdown, 5,000 yard seasons aren't enough to tell us that he's good. He's still good. It's like, come on, cause shut up. Just that team is too talented. And the world, it's so funny. 2 years ago, we were all like, oh my God, the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. They deserve it. They've gone 50 years without going to a Super Bowl. And then how far we've come in just like 2 years to just be like, fuck the Chiefs. They should lose. I like watching them lose. It's just how quickly, like, once your time to shine comes, once your moment of glory comes, once your storybook moment comes, people are past you. They're done with you. Like, look at the Browns. People are starting to hate on the Browns because they finally had success. And they're like, yeah, fuck Baker Mayfield. Fuck that guy. I don't want to see him succeed. It's like, it's just so funny to see people be like that. Like when Stephen A. Smith, I want to say week 3, like way too premature, came out and said the Chiefs were done. And I was like, what the hell is this man smoking? And then they kept failing. And I was like, shit, he might be on something.
Stephen A. is not smoking anything.
Oh yeah.
Stephen A. is not about
yeah. Stay off the weed.
Stay off that.
And I couldn't even make a video about it because I was like, damn, they really are not looking good over the past couple of weeks after he said that. And then they're finally starting to put it together again. It's just when a team is as talented as the Chiefs, and not only that, we've seen the results. Like, it's not just that this team is talented, kind of like the Browns. Like, the Browns is just a talented team where we really haven't seen that many results aside from, like, I guess last year was kind of a success in terms of results, but we haven't seen that Super Bowl results. You just can't count them out. You can't count them out. We've seen them get to the Super Bowl the past 2 years. They should have gone to the Super Bowl the past 3 years, if not for an offsides call. So this team is way too good to count them out. And it was only a matter of time before they got their shit together and they started playing like the Chiefs again.
Yeah, I counted them out. I said that they were going to be first round exits at best. And a lot of that didn't have to do with Patrick Mahomes. I'm very aware that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. I stand by that. He's, great talent. All right, Luke. Aaron Rodgers is great. We know. Patrick Mahomes, fantastic. I wasn't blaming him really, but the defense was really sus, and I just didn't see a way in which they could get better. The 2 ways that they got better, they traded for Melvin Ingram, who then put Chris Jones back in his spot. And Chris Jones has been absolutely going off since then. And L'Jarius Sneed has been playing lights out, like just out of nowhere, started playing significantly better. And he's been a big part of their comeback over these past 4 weeks as well. Yes, the Chiefs are contenders. The Chiefs have all of the talent in the world. And I said they would be a first round exit at best. They might not even be playing in the fucking first round because they'll have a bye week if they keep this up.
Yeah.
So let's get to my final takeaway of the week. I think Urban Meyer will be out of the NFL in 12 months, within a 12-month span. I just never thought he was an NFL coach. He's not the type of coach that translates to the NFL. I'm not going to harp on this because I've already kind of talked about it, and I believe the last podcast. But he's just doing nothing for that team. Trevor Lawrence, we haven't seen a ton of development. He's not known for developing quarterbacks. You look at the quarterbacks he's produced: Tim Tebow, Dwayne Haskins, JT Barrett. None of these are names that are popping out at anybody. So I just think that it would be in Jacksonville's best interest to go and get an NFL coach with experience. Maybe even go and get Lincoln Riley. Honestly, if you're going to get a college coach, pick a college coach that has produced NFL caliber quarterbacks. All right. So, I mean, Lincoln Riley, he's got Kyler Murray, and even though he just knocked on him, he's got Baker Mayfield on his resume too. So pretty impressive. So those would be the people that would be a guy I would look at if I was Shai Khan in Jacksonville, but I do not think Urban Meyer deserves to be an NFL coach.
Question.
Yes.
Name me one good thing about Urban Meyer.
I can't.
College
success. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, he pulls.
He pulls.
He pulls.
He does pull.
Even though he's married, he pulls.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, but he was going to see his grandchildren, guys. He was going to see he was staying back to see his grandchildren.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally misunderstanding.
Yeah, just completely. That might have been his granddaughter. Who knows? I mean, we don't know.
I think we have to stop looking at these great college program head coaches and thinking that they can make a great translation over to the NFL just because they're at the top of their league in college football. I mean, like you said, Jake, there are certain coaches where you it's known, it's a given that they're going to be able to have success in the NFL, like a Nick Saban. But man, Urban Meyer has red flags everywhere. And the fact that he's honestly even made it this far into the season with the scandals and just what the fucking 2-6 record that they have right now, it's honestly kind of impressive that he's even kept his job this far, or 2-8 record, I should say. But the Jaguars are in tough waters right now, and I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to succeed under Urban Meyer, just flat out, plain and simple.
I don't either.
Yeah, Jake, the thing about this segment is that it's supposed to be like our opinions, but you just came in and started spitting facts. Urban Meyer will 100%
I do that
be out of the league with, I think, even sooner than the whole 12-month mark. But he's gone. Gotta be.
Yeah. The reason I said 12 months is because maybe the owner goes, okay, I'll give you another year, and he's still not performing next year, and he gets canned in the midway through the season. That's kind of why I gave that 12-month mark.
Playing it safe.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't put money on this. Actually, no, I kind of would put money on this. I would put money on this. I don't know what the odds are, but I put money on it.
Honestly, I think he gets fired before the season ends. There's no there's no way you can justify keeping Urban Meyer going into the 2022 season. There's no way you could justify that.
And it's not like the players are rallying behind him. It was very publicly known that a lot of players lost respect for him as soon as that video came out where he lied to them about why he was staying in Ohio after that Thursday night football game. So I just don't think there's anything that's keeping him there.
I've been hearing there's a lot of animosity between the staff as far as regarding Trevor Lawrence's development thus far as well. So all the more reason for him to potentially be gone.
Do we know who the quarterback coach is there? I don't off the top of my head. Yeah.
No clue.
Is it?
No idea.
I was going to say Jack Del Rio. That can't be right.
What? Jack Del Rio is a defensive.
He's a defensive He's the defensive coordinator for Washington, I thought.
He is. Wait, was he not on the Jaguar staff not too long ago?
Maybe he was at some point. That sounds right, but I know that Jack Del Rio was the defensive coordinator for Washington this season and last season.
Oh, It's good old Brian Schottenheimer, the former offensive
Hey,
coordinator.
look at that. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Look
Wow.
at that.
Because we all know how well that went in Seattle. It's not like Russell was known for playing amazing the first half of the season and then his development completely plateauing through the second half. Thanks, Shoddy. Oh, my gosh. All right. I hate that, man. Anyway. All right. Is that all our takeaways? Is that the end of the segment?
Yes, sir.
It is.
All right. Let's so before we get into the next segment with our random rankings, we are going to ask you guys one thing. Just y'all got a phone. Go on your phone. I want you to tap on that blue square right there with yay on it. All right. Yeah. Luke, you got it down. And I want you to look up overtime. Okay. Overtime on there. And then hit that little cloud with the download button, because that is the best app. That is the best decision you're ever going to make. All right. The overtime app is phenomenal. Okay. It is my go-to for basketball scores. It's my go-to for anything that's just going on in sports. They have an awesome, I really like the fact that I can go on, get my news in kind of like a TikTok For You page format. You just kind of scroll through. It has a new thing pertaining. You select your favorite sports that you want to know about. It's got all the news you need to know there. And they even have some fun video clips in the background of those news. They got the scores rolling across the top. It's gotten better with every single update. And I love the app as pools, even a little special something coming soon. All right. So keep an eye out for that. You got to have this app. All right. If you guys would like to support us, you can use the link in our bios to download it. It's in all of our TikTok bios. You can go there, click on that. You'll see the download the Overtime app link, and that supports the podcast. If you don't want to support the podcast and just want to get the Overtime app anyway, you can go to the App Store and download it. We just want you to have it. So go be sure to do that. And let's move on to our next segment, random rankings, and very fitting as it is a food lover's favorite holiday. It is Thanksgiving week, people. And we are going to be ranking our top 5 favorite Thanksgiving foods. Okay. So Gage, let's start with you. What you got?
Okay. Starting at 5. And I feel like this one, I mean, we're getting into the controversy right off the bat. I'm just going to say it. You guys, you might love it. You might hate it. I like cranberry sauce. Ooh. I do. And I don't really, and I like, I know how there's multiple kinds and stuff like that. I pretty much like any of them, like the jelly kind of the one that's like actually sauce, any of them. Yeah, I like it. I don't have an issue with it. I know some people hate it, but I like cranberries. So it just makes sense for me.
It's a staple. It's a staple for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're not going to eat it, you got to have it. At number 4, I am a big fan of deviled eggs as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. My grandma makes the best deviled eggs, and she always made 2 kinds at Thanksgiving because my uncle hated mayonnaise. Like, it literally makes him gag. So she makes 2 kinds with mayonnaise and Miracle Whip, both delicious. Got to have them every single time. At number 3, I have ham. I'm going to go ahead. Little spoiler alert here. I don't have turkey on this list. Turkey can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. Ham is the superior holiday meat, and it always will be. That's just the fact of the matter. At number 2, I've got mac and cheese. Fuck you, Matthew Judon.
And Marlon Humphrey. Yeah.
Yep. Mac and cheese is delicious. I don't care if it's just noodles and cheese. It is amazing noodles and cheese. Like, who cares? If it's just that just makes it better, in my opinion. It's simple.
It's easy to make.
Amazing. Exactly. And then at number 1, I am a huge mashed potatoes guy. Love me some mashed potatoes. Gotta have them. They gotta be on the table.
Absolutely.
Fact.
Absolutely. Love it.
I have a couple gripes with that list.
Okay.
1, I fucking despise ham. Spiral ham is one of my least favorite. And I really can't explain it to you. And it honestly developed over like my high school years where I just had a hatred towards ham. I don't know. For some reason, I got completely turned off. Like deli meat ham, fine. Have ham on every single
sandwich. Thing.
I know
it's the same ham.
Thing. I would take turkey a million times over ham without question. 2, I've never had cranberry sauce before, and this year I'm finally going to try it. I've been drinking a lot of cranberry juice recently. It's got to be the same, right?
Luke, I'm going to ask you: is that cranberry juice just straight up, or is it mixed with certain adult drinks?
All right, moving on to my list. All right, so
answers it.
Yeah, F5. I have turkey. Listen, it really depends on the year. It really depends on the year. Some years it's bad. Some years it's dry. Some years it's juicy. Some years it's great. Right.
All of the years.
Every year. I'm a fan of turkey. I'm a personal fan of turkey.
Okay.
I think especially when you put gravy on it, I think it's elite. If it's done right, I will say if it's done right. At number 4, I don't know. I'm gonna go with rolls, like just regular bread rolls, right? Bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't go wrong with bread. I don't know what kind of rolls like my mom gets during the holidays around this time of year, but she gets ones that like puff up in the oven and they're like really
the Pillsbury.
No,
biscuits?
It's not Pillsbury biscuits. I don't know what they're called, but they're like salted and they're like buttery and flaky and all of like everything. I don't know. I'll have to find out what brand it is. At 3, shame on you, Gage, for not having this on. Pumpkin pie? Come on. What?
Yeah, I didn't go with any desserts.
Yes.
What? Come on. Pumpkin pie.
Oh, wait, are we including desserts in these? Because then I gotta
I don't know. I don't know if you could. I feel like pumpkin pie is a staple, and I honestly think that's probably the. Yeah. I guess it really depends on each person's family.
I mean, apple pie kind of is too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think
I would say pumpkin pie is more.
Yeah.
But I didn't put any pie just because I personally am not a big sweets guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of like the salty kind of food type of guy. So that's just me.
That's fair. I really don't like any other type of pie. I think pumpkin pie is just the best. And I do prefer pie over cake, even though I don't love all sorts of pies. At number 2, mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, you can't go wrong. I like putting onions and garlic in mine, getting it all nice pureed, get some scallions on top. Oh, mwah, chef's kiss. And number 1, I don't think this is a thing in everybody's household. Yams with marshmallows on top.
Oh, yes.
You guys, I don't know what. It grosses me out when it's like next to my food and like touches my other food. Sorry, I'm one of those people, but holy shit, dude. It's the best thing ever. It is one of the best inventions. I don't know how it like came to be. It is one of the greatest things. The yams with the marshmallows. Oh, it is the best thing every single holiday, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving. My family always makes it. It's the best. I don't consider mac and cheese a Thanksgiving food. Maybe it's just the way my family raised me, but I feel like I've never had mac and cheese at Thanksgiving personally. So I don't really, I think I am missing out. And I think I gotta bring it to the table at some point, but
I'm glad that you mentioned the food not touching thing, because I was going to ask you guys, are you like mix stuff in your mashed potatoes kind of like the other foods in your mashed potatoes kind of person, or are you like separated?
If the foods go together, like you could put like turkey or ham and mashed potatoes and like corn together, like that's easy. But like once things get crazy, I mean, once you get mac and cheese and the yams and like
the mac and cheese is not touching the mashed potatoes. That's nasty. Like but I am definitely a person who, if I'm eating turkey, if I'm forced to eat turkey, I need as much stuff as possible. It's covering that turkey so I can put it down. All right. Cause the turkey is just gross. It's not that it's a gross meat. The meat is fine. I'll have turkey and cheese sandwiches sometimes. All right. I'm not a heathen. I will have turkey. Okay. But turkey is so hard to get juicy.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you have to, here's the thing with the meat. If you have to cover meat in anything, any sauce to make it taste good, it's not good meat. I will die on that hill. With steak, when do you put barbecue sauce on steak? When it's bad, when it's dry. That's when you have to put barbecue sauce on steak. Okay. Other than that, if you have a nice juicy steak, you're not putting anything on it. Same thing with turkey. Turkey is always dry. I think I've had one juicy turkey in my entire life, and it was okay. Like, it was a nice surprise that it was juicy, but it still didn't do much for me. It's such an overrated meat. I don't know why it is a staple for this holiday. It sucks. All right.
It's kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah. If we could switch it to ham, I'm sorry, Luke. I don't agree with the ham take. Ham is delicious. It is A1. Gage, you had that one right. But anyway, let's get to my list now that I'm done, roasting turkey. So if you haven't guessed yet, turkey will not be on this list. At number 5, I got biscuits. Same thing as Luke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We make the Pillsbury biscuits that you just peel off a layer. They're so
like
fluffy.
The flaky ones.
Oh my gosh. So delicious. So amazing. Nice and warm, fresh out of the oven. Wow. Perfect. At number 4, I'm surprised none of you guys had this. I've got stuffing. You guys don't. You guys,
oh, it'd be like 6 for me. I think it was. Really? I thought about it, but I just couldn't put it in the top 5.
Stuffing with some gravy on it is delicious. I love stuffing. Always have. At number 3, Gage's dog obviously loves stuffing too. At number 3, I'm gonna have corn again. No corn in any of these lists.
Fair.
Buttery corn is just, oh my gosh. You mash that in with the mashed potatoes too. Get a little stuffing on that fork. Those 3 things. Oh my gosh. So perfect.
You do like regular corn, or you do it on the cob?
I can do either one. I can do either one as long as it's slathered in butter. It's delicious. Sure. Even if corn's not, I'm a big corn guy. I love it, even though your body doesn't digest it. And number 2, I got mashed potatoes. Seems like we're all mashed potatoes people because we're not psychopaths. You can't not love a good. So what my grandfather always did is he did this by mistake one year. He accidentally put a sweet potato in with just regular potatoes when he was mashing potatoes, and it gave it this amazing flavor. Like it just gave it this little tiny hint of sweetness, and it is the most delicious mashed potatoes I've ever had in my life. Sometimes he'd even mix marshmallows in with it, which was amazing. So just a little cooking tip out there, people. Maybe throw like 1 or 2 sweet potatoes in with your mashed potatoes next time, and it is amazing. Number 1, I got mac and cheese. Luke, I'm sorry that you've never had mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. That honestly hurts me that you've never had that. Like mac and cheese, baked mac and cheese with some breadcrumbs on top, fresh, homemade, absolutely exquisite, delicious. I agree with Gage. Fuck Matthew Judon. Fuck Marlon Humphrey. If it's noodles with cheese, it's not that crazy. Everybody loves mashed potatoes. Guess what that is? Just mashed fucking potatoes. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know maybe you throw some milk and butter in there, but it's a very simple thing. Most of the most amazing things in the world are simple. What does Gordon Ramsay always say when he's yelling at chefs? Don't go crazy. Just let the food do the talking. Make it simple. It's a very simple thing, and it is fucking delicious. Just because that post, I made some mac and cheese tonight. I made some fresh mac and cheese, chopped up some nice sharp cheddar. All right. My girlfriend gave me the recipe. I'm not going to act like I know how to make mac and cheese. I had to ask her for the step-by-step process. But it was absolutely delicious. And I just wanted to shove that in Matthew Judon's face because you're insane for not liking mac and cheese. You're insane. I cannot trust you. Same thing as the Reese's peanut butter cup thing. If you don't like it, I can't trust you as a person. I can't. I'm sorry.
It is kind of crazy.
It is.
Yeah. I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer your mashed potatoes circumcised or uncircumcised? Like with the skin in it. I could.
This is like I can do either or.
Weird way to put it. I've never heard it that way.
I can do it.
I can do it either way. I kind of do like it sometimes with the potato skins in there. Gives it a nice little mix up with the texture. But I love mashed potatoes. You really can't mess up a mashed potato in my eyes. Like I'll eat any.
I agree with that.
All right, out of the big 3, baked potato, French fry, mashed potatoes. What are you taking in order?
Fuck.
In order. I think it's easy for me. Top
to bottom, mashed potatoes, French fries, baked potatoes.
There it is.
Baked potatoes definitely at the bottom. I think we'd all agree on that. Yeah. All right. I will not eat. I can eat a baked sweet potato. I can't eat a baked regular potato. It's just so bland. It's so like there's nothing going on for it. I just don't enjoy it. I'm gonna go French fries number 1, but it's very close. Okay. It's very close.
You can't go wrong.
Because I love my mashed potatoes. I love it. I love it so much. If they give me, I'll put it this way. They give me 2 sides. If I'm at Texas Roadhouse and you get 2 sides, all right, I'm getting French fries. I'm getting mashed potatoes. So those will be my 2 sides. Okay. All right. I enjoyed that one. That was a good one.
We got to start making more content just around food. Like TikToks and stuff. Just make food lists.
Let's go. I'm with it.
All right. This is a football podcast, so let's get back to talking about some football. Thanksgiving and football go hand in hand. We all know this. We got 3 games on Thanksgiving. Gage, would you like to give us the rankings as they stand today?
I will. Currently in last place, it is still Jake. He is 87 and 78 as of right now. In second place, third place, I guess, technically, because TU Crew is in there as well.
Yeah.
Third place right now. Are you ready? Is Luke with 99 and 66.
Shit.
Now in second place is the TU Crew.
Oh,
wow.
They are 165. And then in first place is myself at 103 and 62.
Whoa.
Damn.
I only got 3 picks wrong this week. So
what a turnaround.
How did I do this week?
I know you had a positive record this week.
That's good. All right. That's all I cared about.
I can't remember exactly what it was. As far as us picking players to score touchdowns, that is not included in this, but I'm going to tell you guys how many you got right.
I know I got Anthony Ferkser right.
TU Crew obviously did not participate in that portion of it. Jake, you did get 12 points from that. I got 18 points from that. And Luke, you got the most with 21 points.
What the fuck? Holy shit.
You got 7 of them correct. So
really?
Did he get the defensive touchdown right?
No, I don't think so.
No, none of us got any defensive touchdowns.
Oh, man. Damn. I saw Anthony Ferkser recover that touchdown, and I was like, fuck yes, that's the only one I remember. And that's I know.
Yeah, I think the only one I remember was Adam Thielen, and I watched him score.
Yeah.
Damn.
All
right. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to the Thanksgiving games here. First off, we got the game that Luke was complaining about earlier. So let's just go ahead and start with Luke here. We got the Bears opening up as 3.5-point favorites over the Detroit Lions. It's in Detroit.
I'm just so mad every time. I mean, I don't really get mad at the Lions. I take that back because you can't really get mad at the Lions. I mean, they're 0-9-1. You can't get mad at them.
They're not undefeated. I mean, they're
not defeated completely. Yeah.
It's not all.
They're not completely defeated.
They're not going to go. They still might go win this. Anyways. I think the Bears have a lot of problems right now. It's looking like Andy Dalton is going to be starting. There were rumors today that this was going to be Matt Nagy's last game as head coach, and then he dismissed those rumors. I think Bears fans definitely would love that. Love to see that happen.
Last night they were chanting at the Bulls game.
At the Bulls, yes, yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's kind of crazy how he's even still there. Just like the type of coach he is, deflecting blame. Like he's just not in the position to be the head coach anymore. It would be nice to see the Lions get a win here. And you know what? Fuck right. I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions to lose this game. I think Andy Dalton's probably going to go in and win. I don't really have any rhyme or reason to it. I think David Montgomery goes off in this game. I think he coming back off injury, he's looking to get re-involved in that offense. I think they're going to have to heavily rely on the run now that Andy Dalton is starting. Maybe Allen Robinson will get a catch. We'll see. Who knows? Both of these teams are shit. Both these teams are dog. Yep. Sorry, Bears fans and Lions fans, but yeah, give me the Bears. Give me the Lions to cover. I think it might be like a field goal type game. Maybe like a point or two. And what are we? Sorry, we're doing touchdowns again for this one.
No, we're just going to do the picks and the spreads.
Oh, we're just the picks. Okay, so yeah. Bears win, bear down. Love my Chicago fans. And yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take the Bears as well. And I do think that the Lions will cover too. I think that it'll be a pretty close game. They kept it fairly close in this last one against the Browns. I think that they'll do it against the Bears as well. But I do think that the Bears will win it. So I'm taking Bears, Lions cover spread.
I'm not giving up on Run DC. I'm not giving him up. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not doing it. This is the Lions' day. Thanksgiving Day to do it. The Bears are in shambles. Like we said, Matt Nagy might get fired after this game. This is the perfect opportunity to capitalize on that and get their first win of the season. Go home Thanksgiving night, eat that nasty ass turkey, and feel proud of it. It's going to taste a little better because of the taste of victory. I am taking the Detroit Lions straight up. Give me Detroit. Detroit fans, I am with you. I am rooting for you in this game. All right. Is Jared Goff playing or is it still Tim Boyle?
I think it's going to be Jared Goff, but I don't think it's for certain just yet. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to reserve the right to change my pick if Jared Goff doesn't. No, you know what? You know what? Okay. I'll commit to it. All right. Lions. I'm full on Detroit this week, baby. Woo!
I'm just having flashbacks to all of the other times that one of us has picked the Lions to win a game.
Jake, you're lying to yourself,
to
man.
I'm in last place, guys. I got nothing to lose.
Trtrue. Hey, only one behind me. So
no, I'm not. I'm like 12 behind you.
No, he is 12 behind you.
Oh, wait, never. Sorry. I'm one behind to you, crew. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm way out of it.
I had 99.
Gotta start making bold picks.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For the second game of the slate, we got the Raiders going to Dallas. Cowboys open up as 7-point favorites. Gage, we'll start with you.
This past week, the Cowboys played a pretty rough game against the Chiefs. Last time they played a rough game was against the Broncos. They came out the following week and kicked the crap out of the Falcons. I have the Cowboys kicking the crap out of the Raiders here. 7 points, I think, is a little bit much for me. So I do think that the Raiders will cover the spread. I think it'll be a fairly close game, but I am going to take the Cowboys to win.
I'm in the same exact boat, except I think the Cowboys win by double digits here. I think they need a statement game, and I think I'm not going to say the Raiders are bad, but they're definitely on the downhill slope right now. I think they lost their last 3 games, I believe. And this is kind of like a typical Raiders thing. Like they start off hot, everybody hypes them up a little bit, and then they just fizzle out. It's tough, but it's the reality of the team and the situation. And honestly, with everything that's happened to the Raiders this year, it's kind of to be expected. So I think Cowboys come back. They're mad at that they lost the Chiefs. Their defense played great, I think. I think they're going to come out with a fire, and I think Dak Prescott, he needs to prove himself in this game, coming off that injury. They're going to be without Amari Cooper. They're probably going to be without CeeDee Lamb, though. So you know what that means. It is a Zeke and Tony Pollard game, and I think Cowboys win it. I think they take it easily.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Luke here. I do have the Cowboys winning this game. And I think it is going to be in blowout fashion. I don't think the Raiders are in the best situation here. They've had a lot of just controversy throughout their season, and it sucks. I think this is a team that was going on to have a very successful season. But when, Damon Arnett has his situation, when Henry Ruggs has his situation, when John Gruden gets fired, it's just tough. It's tough to be in that boat and still be a successful winning team. So I am going to have the Cowboys winning this game, and I do have them covering the spread of 7 points. I think this is a double-digit game. All right, moving on to the final game of the day with Gage's Saints going up against the Buffalo Bills that just got obliterated by Jonathan Taylor. So the Bills open up as 4.5-point favorites, even though the game is in New Orleans. So Luke, I will start with you.
What I saw from the Bills on Sunday was disgusting in every facet of the game. I think the Saints win this game. And I was high on them last week. I thought that they were going to beat the Eagles. I was completely wrong. And honestly, I've kind of been wrong a lot about the Saints, at least picking them this season. I came into the season thinking that they felt like an 8-9 sort of team. And that may very well end up being like what their actual record is. But I think they're home in the Caesars Superdome, right?
Yes.
All right. Yep. Disgusting. The Caesars Superdome. I think they come out and get a win against the Bills. I think it's going to be a Thanksgiving night. I think it's going to be a weird night. Josh Allen has not been playing his best football, especially not against the Colts. Might have been one of the worst games he's played as a pro. This defense is going downhill. I mean, they started the season. This is the team that had the number 1 scoring offense and defense at one point in the year, and they just have been going down since. And now the Patriots are the top dogs in the division. I think the Bills are slowly but surely plummeting not surely, slowly plummeting. And I think they're going to drop this one to the Saints. And if they do, which I think they are, we might have to turn on the alarms in Buffalo because it is not looking good with some of these teams in the AFC that are heating up. So
in similar fashion to the Cowboys, the Bills, after they get embarrassed one week, tend to come out the following week and do their thing. And I think they'll do the same here. I'm sorry, but I just can't. I just cannot with our team anymore. And a lot of it has to do with injuries. I've talked about it time and time again. But even in this game, it's looking like we might even be without Mark Ingram in this game because he's now banged up. Adam Troutman is out for several weeks and is on IR because he got hurt in this last game against the Eagles. So we're down to, nothing, just nothing. We still don't have both of our starting tackles. So I just don't see a way in which, we're hanging in there as much as we can with what we've got. Considering all of the injuries, I feel like we're playing pretty decent, but I just don't see us beating the Bills.
Is Alvin Kamara coming back?
No, he still won't be back in this game. It looks like he's going to be out too. So we'll be without both of our running backs. It'll be Tony Jones at running back. And he showed some flashes early in the season, but I still haven't seen enough to be like, oh yeah, he's going to be totally fine.
I'm going to keep the faith.
Mark Ingram, he's not playing this game. Is that confirmed?
It's looking like he's probably not going to play either. He might, but as of right now, it's not looking good. I am going to take the Bills to cover the spread as well. I think they'll beat us by more than 4.5.
Yeah. I don't see. I hate to say that the Saints season is probably down the drain at this point.
It's over.
Yeah. I think the Bills bounce back from this game. They got to start. They got to stop losing, man. They got to stop blowing these games. Have they lost the game in close fashion this year? I guess the Jaguars game.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like they've been blown out in most of their losses. To me, they feel like the 2020 Steelers. And I tweeted that out after their loss to the Colts. They've been beating bad teams and they've been losing to pretty good teams. Their only good win, I think, is against the Chiefs. And even then, the Chiefs weren't playing very well. Their defense wasn't what it is now. Yeah. So I don't know how to feel about the Bills at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take them to cover. This is a scary team on paper, and we've seen it. We've seen it, with our eyes when they perform against these bad teams. They click so well. And when they click so well, they're terrifying because they have everything. Their defense is top tier. Stephon Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders on the outside is a very good duo. Gabe Davis, you throw Cole Beasley in there. Dawson Knox is playing well. I guess that it really comes down. I think this is how important it is to have a running game is being shown in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are at the point in their lives where kind of our running back's really that important. We're at that point in the NFL where you can draft a running back third, fourth round, and you can get the same value for them. They have Devin Singletary. They got Zach Moss. They got Matt Breida, but they're really not doing much. Zach Moss had that little bit of a tear, early in the season. He was having a couple good receiving games. But if you don't have somebody that defenses need to be afraid of running the ball on you, it's going to be tough sledding. So I think the Bills really need to address the running back issue in this offseason. And I think that'll be the kind of the thing that takes them to the next tier. Maybe they get themselves a Saquon Barkley, just throwing that out there. Maybe that could be in the cards.
He was on my mind, but you know who I had in mind for the Bills? And I think this would put them over the edge. Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, you think they could get Christian McCaffrey?
I think of all of the teams that they would of all the teams that could potentially trade for a back like Christian McCaffrey, even on his contract, I think that the Bills would be the ones to do it. And I think that they have the money for it too.
Maybe this is where my mind's going. I'm going Darrell Henderson because with Cam Akers coming back, Darrell Henderson is a starting caliber running back. We've seen it this year. I think he'd be cheap. I think he'd be cheap to get, and I think he'd overperform his contract.
Maybe I'm underrating him, but I don't think that he's that much better than what they have right now. I think a guy like Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley puts you really up there. But I think Darrell Henderson, you get a little bit better.
You know who needs a shot at a starting job is Alexander Madison. I think him behind Dalvin Cook. He pretty much is Dalvin Cook.
He's a Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler if he gets starting. If he gets starting snaps, that would be a great Marlon Mack too.
Yes, I was just about to say that. How have you not thought about Marlon Mack? He's literally going to be a free agent.
Yeah, Marlon Mack. That I could see. I try to like picture their names and like the jerseys of these teams. I could definitely see Marlon Mack in a Buffalo jersey. I could definitely see
for
that.
Sure.
That's definite. All right. That's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode of Totally Unqualified. As the Knicks just beat the Lakers. Such a beautiful way to end it right there. Yeah. So do you guys have any closing remarks?
Yeah, just make sure to go follow us on all of our socials. I am Football Fan Zone. Gage is Extra Points, and Jake is Jake Maltese 3, as well as all of our Totally Unqualified accounts, our TikTok, our Instagram, our Twitters, our YouTube. Make sure to go like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you guys.
And as Jake stated earlier, be sure to download the Overtime app. It's a fantastic app. If you love sports, it's a great way to keep up with everything going on besides just like Instagram, where you'll see a post here or there mixed in with everything else. This is strictly sports. So you'll see everything that you're looking for. And like Luke just said, with all of our socials, you can go to any of the socials he just named there, and it's at the link in our bio. Helps us out a ton. It's a great app. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next one.